Hello everyone, welcome back to EduTap, and I hope you all guys are doing absolutely good. Today we have Mr. Vignesh Kumar with us, who has recently cleared the IRDAI Grade A exam. First of all, Vignesh, welcome to EduTap, and many congratulations to you for clearing IRDAI Grade A 2024.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Vignesh, how is the feeling right now?
Feeling very happy, sir. Feeling relieved. There are mixed emotions.
Mix
So,
of emotions. Why? Because currently you should be feeling only happy. So what is this mix in emotions?
feeling relieved because I have cleared an exam and made a
Hmm.
significant achievement that I can relax for some time now. So
Hmm,
I
hmm,
don't have to take some rest for some period. I don't
hmm.
have to go through that gruesome 1 year cycle to prepare for the next attempt.
Right.
So,
And this cycle sometimes hurts you, right?
it takes a toll on our mental
Why?
health.
Like, why does it takes a toll on you? Like, can you give me your history? Like history as in like introduction. Like if someone is watching this video, can you introduce yourself to my viewers?
So I completed my schooling from Teni district of Tamil Nadu. From my first standard till 12th standard, I I did my schooling in the same school. And
Hmm,
after
hmm,
that,
hmm,
I had a break of 1 year due to some personal reasons. And then I went on to join civil engineering from KPR IIT Coimbatore.
hmm, hmm.
And then I got graduated on 2021. Actually, I belong to the batch of 2020. Due to
Hmm.
COVID,
It
some of
was
us
delayed.
got postponed, and I got relieved on 2021. And
Hmm.
I started preparing for IBPS examinations, and eventually I cleared IBPS 2022 and
IBPS
joined
PO.
as a PO.
Okay. So you are
And then
currently working
as I'm currently working as probationary officer in Canara Bank.
Canara Bank. So now from bank to a regulatory body, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cool. So tell me one thing, like you were working completely in Canara Bank, and as a PO, definitely it's a very good hectic job which you all have to do. So how did you manage your preparation first of all? Like I just need some tips related to time management because there are many working aspirants who are like confused, like when to study. So where what will be your piece of advice to all of them, like how they can manage their time? First question is this. Second, I will just let you know once you complete the answer of first one.
So regarding time management, actually, the time at which the work ends is unpredictable. So it may extend till 7:30, may extend till 8,
Right.
8,
Hmm.
8, 8, 8 or 8:30. So usually, I fix my study times in the morning. After 6, I wake up at 5:30 or 6, and I usually study for 2 or 2.5 hours.
Daily.
So I sir, almost every day. Like
Right.
like almost every day, I try to maintain it consistently, but there will be days I will be more tired, so I just
Hmm.
have some rest.
Right. So you basically are a morning person because you want to study in morning because your night times were uncertain, right?
Yes, sir. And usually
But
I will
yes,
manage
yes,
some 30 minutes to 1 hour after
hmm,
evening if I can do so.
right. But morning wala was like totally doable, and it was
Yes, sir.
like you were following it consistently, right?
Yes, sir. It was a bit easy
Hmm.
as well. So waking up at 6 or 6:30 was not that hard.
Right.
So it was a bit manageable with my work.
Now tell me what was your inner motivation? Inner motivation as in like to wake up at 6 also it's a big thing, at least for this generation. But still, how did you manage it? What was your basic motivation which was calling you on your study table?
First thing would be the perks, allowances, and the lifestyle
Of
that
it,
the regulatory body
mm-hmm,
offers you, and
hmm,
the kind of exposure that we get from a regulatory body,
hmm,
we can't even imagine it with any other organization. So
right.
that was one of the motivation, and one of the major motivation that put me into track was my sister.
Okay.
I was more into SSC CGL preparation. My sister
Hmm,
uh, advised me that regulatory bodies are a better option compared to SSC CGL. So
hmm,
then I switched to regulatory body exams, and I was a bit attracted to it as well.
right. So a big shout out to your sister if she's listening to it. Thank you for making sure that Vignesh is now recruited to it there. Now, when it comes to your preparation, okay, first tell me what was the biggest challenge which you saw in your preparation of IRDAI?
The biggest challenge was regarding insurance part. I was a bit
Hmm.
afraid while applying for the job. But after starting my preparation, I came to know that insurance was not that hard to master.
Hmm, hmm,
The
hmm.
most difficult part that I was felt was ESI
Yes.
part.
Hmm. Yes,
It has more,
impacting insurance, I think.
yes, ESA
Yeah.
impacting insurance. It has more current affairs aspect. So it was
Hmm.
very vast, and I was not sure about what are the things that I should cover. Will I be able to manage within the short span of time?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So I was a bit very skeptical and
Hmm.
uh, afraid of the TSI part more than management and uh,
Insurance.
insurance.
Right. So tell me, how did IRDAI preparation started? Was it after the notification or did you start before the notification only?
Honestly, my preparation was totally towards RBA. I started my preparation once RBA notifications were up.
Okay.
So I applied for RBA Grade B examinations, and then I started my preparation after enrolling for EduTap courses. And eventually, IRDA was going along with RBA examination.
Okay.
If
So
I remember,
basically, yes,
IRDA
yes, please.
prelims was IRDA prelims was after RBA. So I'm merged both preparation. I didn't prepare for
Right.
each exam separately.
Yes, because if you prepare for RBI prelims, then you are automatically preparing for IRDAI prelims also.
Yes, sir.
Right. But the difficulty level of RBI stuff or of IRDAI stuff?
RBA Grade B is definitely
Tough.
more tougher than IRDA.
Right. But to all my viewers, I would like to let you know that he was also qualified to give RBI interview in the 2024, right?
Yes, sir.
So you cleared RBI phase 1 and phase 2 and reached to the interview stage, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So your QRE, I think, would be sorted because you were already preparing in the best manner for RBI,
Yes, sir.
right?
So that helped
Now,
me a lot in IRDA prelims as well.
right. So was phase 1 a bit challenging for you or was it okay, I will do it?
I was very confident about phase one in IRDA because
Hmm.
I was very well prepared for RBA Grade B phase one,
Hmm. Hmm.
and the questions were also not that hard as compared to
Right.
RBA Grade B. So I was very
Right.
much confident about phase one.
So did you give any mocks for phase 1 or was it like I have cleared RBI phase 1, so I will give directly the phase 1 paper of REDI only?
I definitely gave marks for phase one, sir. Actually, the
Right.
practice is the most important thing in phase one. Time
Right.
management.
Yes, because a die paper pattern is different. Over here you have
Yes, sir.
160 questions, right? But in
Yes, sir.
RBI you have 200 questions.
Yes,
So
sir.
please, viewers, do not get into confidence. Learn from Vignesh. Practice is very, very important, even if you are an expert of any field. Right. Now, Vignesh, any more inputs which you would like to share for phase 1, or can I directly move to phase 2?
Uh, uh, that's it about phase one, sir. I gave some 10 to 15 mock tests just before preliminary examinations, just to
Hmm.
get into that
Hmm.
uh, timing
Hmm.
aspect and everything.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm. Hmm.
regarding current affairs, my RBA Grade B preparation was very
Was
useful
helpful.
with
Right.
IRDAS.
Now, Vignesh, there is one doubt from many students that is related to the analysis of mocks.
Yes, sir.
Analysis of mocks कैसे करें? How to do mocks analysis? And if they are getting low number of marks in mocks, how should they try to increase it? So, what will be your probable answer to this problem of students?
Regarding my preparation, what I would usually do is I attend the mock. I will just give every questions that I am very confident of, I have knowledge of, and I will just leave the questions which I
Mhm.
don't know the answer. And then after the completion of mock, I will just go through every solutions of the entire mock. Not the
Mhm.
I won't leave any topics like if there is probability mensuration. If even if I haven't prepared for those topics, I will just go through the solution and make note of it if there is some uh, new aspects that I have learned from that mark. So I will
Right.
do that for every mark. So mark analysis will take more time than giving the mark itself.
Right.
So
So if I say, but like in mocks also, you also have to see that what is your strength and weakness, right?
yes, sir.
So do you also did the same, like you identify the topics which I have to do first and which topics I have to do later?
Sir, I have learned the time a bit.
Hmm.
I have good grasp in topics like percentage,
Hmm. Hmm.
ratio, and proportions.
Hmm.
So usually I go for these topics first,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I was a bit confident about data interpretation questions as well.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So I target these questions first, and then leave the miscellaneous questions later.
Right. So basically, you were like having a good approach for phase 1, and I think phase 1 was not a big hurdle for you. Were you expecting a positive result for IRDAI phase 1?
Yes, sir. Right after phase one exams, I was very confident that I will get through.
Clear it. Right.
So, and
So now you directly shifted to phase 2.
yes, sir.
Now in phase 2, as you said, the ESI impacting insurance was the toughest part for you.
Yes, sir.
So how did you made your preparation? Like how did you use any course or were you doing it with the help of self study?
Uh, For ESA as well, RBI Grade B preparation was very much
Hmm.
useful to me. So what I
Hmm.
have did additional was that I have added some facts regarding to insurance.
Hmm.
Since it is the ESI impacting insurance, I have added some insurance perspectives as well. So I
Hmm.
did some Google search and I used the chat GPT as well
Right.
to
In
make
this
some value
context,
addition.
I think IRDAI annual report is also very, very important.
Yes, yes. And
Right? Hmm. So you prepared ESI impacting insurance by yourself only, or were you using any course?
I enrolled for the EduTap course for IRDAI also. So I
Right.
used their
Face
materials.
crash course or the
Yes.
foundational one?
I enrolled for the crash course.
Right. So I think crash course would have served your purpose because we have covered all the details in the best manner. But coming to the main preparation doubt. Now, when you are preparing for ESI impacting insurance, like ESI has no bounds. ESI is like totally wild. So
Yes.
how did you make sure that I will study these chapters and I will not study everything which comes under the sun?
I just went through previous examination question papers and
Right.
the syllabus, and I went and I just
Hmm.
stuck to the syllabus. I didn't go through any other topics which are
Hmm. Hmm.
I felt which
Hmm.
are not relevant to syllabus.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And
Right. And were you incorporating the current affairs related to ESI impacting insurance?
yes, sir, I whenever I read something very important related to insurance, like
Hmm.
I will just snap those data and then I will add
Right.
it to insurance notes, so I can quote
Okay.
them when I am writing answers.
So you made your own notes, physical notes,
No, sir, I took the printout of concept
summary
notes which is
sheet.
available,
Right,
summary
right,
sheet,
right, right.
and then I added notes to it.
Right. So you added some additional pages to it. So it was like you have summary sheet plus some additional pages. Now you have a new set of notes for you altogether.
Yes, sir.
Right. And
Yes,
like even if you do this, it will become bulky. Bulky as in like there are some 8 to 7 chapters in ESI and multiple other stuff of insurance and management. So how did you manage it? Like how was your revision strategy related to the notes which you have?
I for ESI, my was mostly dependent on RBI
Hmm.
Grade B course. Uh,
Hmm.
there were classes which are available, are pre-recorded. So I used
Hmm.
to play those videos at 1.52 speed when I am
Hmm.
doing some household work.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So I used to manage times whenever it is available.
Right. And were you making sure that you are highlighting in the notes? Because that is also an important thing to do.
Sir, I usually use a highlighter to note highlight important points in the notes.
Right, right, right. Cool. And any other tips of preparation which you would like to share with future aspirants?
One thing that I place more importance is that sticking to one study source materials,
Mhm.
not not referring to various materials, and it just makes our
Mhm.
work more hectic.
Right. So it's like one course, you try to complete that course, and then
And
you
so
go
on.
in the exam.
And
And
then
this
we can
is mhm,
move on to value addition.
right, value addition. Because like
Yes,
as
sir.
you did, adding summary sheet, some additional pages to it.
Yes, sir.
Cool. And how did you prepare descriptive writing for your phase two?
My descriptive writing was mostly with the previous question papers. I used to write answers, and then some of my friends, I know some friends who are preparing for UPSC, so they
Hmm.
helped me with the evaluation part. And
Hmm.
read some answer scripts from toppers, which was available in
Right, right,
Telegram.
right. Hmm. So how many questions you would have written? Any idea? Rough estimate?
Not much, sir. It will be around 20. That's it.
Right. 20 for a working aspirant is still big, I think, because you have to manage your work as well and then you have to study as well. Cool. Now let's come to insurance and management. Management, I think you would have done for RBI, right?
Yes, sir.
So did you do anything special for IRDAI?
Also, regarding management part, I was
Hmm.
already prepared for RBI Grade B exam. I just had to
Right.
do some answer writing practice. Since it is a pen and paper based exam,
Hmm.
I should consider time management as well.
Right.
Uh,
Time management, as you said, how did you do it? Like saying time management is very easy, but to do it is very tough. So how did you do time management?
so my RBI Grade B interview and IRDAI mains was closer, just 3 days apart. So what I did was I took some random 10 to 15 questions. That's regarding
Hmm.
to most of the questions were regarding to insurance part to gain some confidence.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So I wrote answers without any breaks, just to give that writing practice.
Hmm. Hmm. Right.
Uh,
And you said about RBI interview as well. So were
yes, sir.
not like, if I was on your place, I would have been very confused. Like, should I go for RBI interview or should I prepare for a DI mains? So was this confusion there in your mind? If yes, then how did you tackle it?
Yes, sir, there was a confusion. I was even thinking of dropping to appear for IRDA mean, since it was on a working day. It was on a
Uh-huh.
Saturday, so I had to take leave,
Mm-hmm.
which will be like continuously for 6 days.
Oh,
I had to take two
right.
days leave for our big interview, and merging interview preparation with IRDA means was a bit
Mm,
difficult at first.
right.
So
In
I
that
thought I would
case,
just
in that case, leaves are the only option for a working aspirant, right?
yes, sir.
So how did you manage it? Like, I stopped you in between, I apologize, but how did you
Yeah,
manage
no.
it?
So I gained confidence that I shouldn't lose this opportunity of appearing for mains.
Uh,
So I was not fully prepared. There were
mm-hmm.
some mismatches in my expectation with regarding to preparation, but still I
Mm-hmm.
went ahead with it. So
Right.
that's
Cool.
how it
So
is.
it was like you made sure that you have to give both the RBI as well and IRDAI as well, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Cool. Now let's come to your interview preparation journey as well. I think English descriptive, do you do you want to add something over here? English
No, sir.
descriptive?
I didn't prepare specifically for English descriptive writing.
Mm-hmm.
ESI preparation for ESI was
Mm-hmm.
very much helpful in English descriptive writing since most of the topics are
Repeated
related
only.
to it.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
But here, Vignesh, I would like to put one disclaimer. Will you advise the same thing for a student like who is like going to appear for the very first time? Because you have the experience of RBI which you have used in IDA, but you will
Yes,
like
sir.
to share what will be your disclaimer over here, which I think you will agree to me that what I am trying to point it.
Yes, sir. I will definitely
Ha,
not advise a first time
ha,
aspirant through
right.
this kind of things. That
Ha.
English
Actually,
descriptive writing.
right, you said it very right. And to all my viewers again, see, every strategy is different, every student is different, every topper is different. So, what Vignesh has done, it's based on his own experience because he is having a good hand on RBI. So, he used the same in IDI. But if you just do the same strategy, it might follow, but it can backfire also. So, make sure that whatever you listen in all the toppers video, try to understand the logic behind it. Right, Vignesh? Do you agree on this?
Yes, sir. I agree, Pastor.
Cool. Now let's come to the interview preparation. Like, were you expecting a positive call for interview?
I was a bit like 50-50%, sir.
Why so? Because
So
how was your phase two? I should go to then that question first.
uh, I managed to complete the paper entirely. I wrote answers for every question, but still I missed this. I noticed that I have missed some important aspects in answer writing. There was a question
Oh,
related to theories.
yeah,
So I addressed one part of the question and I totally forgot the second part of the question. So
right. Hmm. Cool.
I was
So,
a bit skeptical.
hmm, right. So you were like 50-50 for interview, but when you got the result, phase two result, you were like
Yes,
totally yes. Now I have the two interviews in my hand: RBI interview, which you have already given, and then you have a DI interview, right?
yes, sir.
So how did your preparation begin for a DI interview?
I focused mostly on my insurance part, sir, because I had a significant knowledge gap regarding to insurance aspects. So
Hmm.
mostly I can't, RBI Grade B interview my interview was over by that time when my phase
Yes.
two results were out. So RBI Grade B interview, I had some good understanding about economics aspects
Hmm.
and ESI aspects.
Hmm.
So I focused mostly on insurance, and then I went for mock interviews.
Right. And I still remember we have one-to-one DAF session as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Wherein you ask multiple doubts. I still remember that session. It was good session to have. Now, in the interview, were you having any kind of baggage on your bag? Like, I have given RBI also. If not RBI, then IRDAI to hui jayega. Yeah, I will be making sure IRDAI. Or were you having certain insecurities on your back? Like you are coming from Tamil Nadu. What was your overall gameplay in interview?
My interview was a bit positive, I would say. The panel was very cordial and there were not any tricky questions. Most of the questions
Right.
are from banking related. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that's it, sir.
Right. And were you scared before your interview?
Not much, sir. My RBI gave me interview gave me some confidence that I would be able to perform better.
Cool. But
So
give me one insight which you learned from RBI interview and you didn't repeat it the same in a DI interview. Like what were your major learnings in the RBI interview?
So one thing that I have learned is that I am very fast in giving replies. I didn't give much into thinking about the answers before I was delivering the answer. So this change
Right.
I made in IRDA interview.
Cool. And will you like be comfortable if you share your RBI results?
Sure, sir, I will be very much
Right.
comfortable sharing
So
our
you were
results.
not able to clear RBI interview, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So once you know that RBI interviews, I was not able to clear it. Did the fear creep in for EDI also? Because I
Sure.
think EDI interviews happened, and then
Yes,
you
sir.
were like waiting for the results. First RBI result came, and then EDI. So
Yes, sir.
once the RBI opportunity goes out, the fear of missing out EDI also comes into the picture, right?
Yes, sir.
So what was the feeling altogether?
Actually, RBI final results were published days before my IRD interview. Two
Okay,
days before, I think so.
right, right, right. Cool.
I
So
was
it would have
I was very
impacted your
low.
EDI interview then.
Yes, sir. My confidence was a bit affected. That I thought that my RBI Grade B interview went well.
Okay, cool.
So,
Sometimes it happens.
yes, sir.
Even I have been I would say what, victim of it, but not an issue. Now, when it comes to the IDA interview, when you were like totally having low demotivation, then how did you pick yourself up?
Uh, I just thought that I have got an opportunity to appear for an interview of regulatory body,
Mhm.
and
So let's
since it
give
is
it.
my since it is my first attempt, I convinced myself that I have did well. That reaching to an interview stage of two regulatory bodies in itself
Mhm.
is an achievement. So,
Right, cool. So you gave your full shot,
yes, sir.
right? Now let's come to the on the day of final results. Then IDA results, if I'm not wrong, it was released in the night time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what was your doing? And once the results came out, who was the first person to whom you called?
I was traveling back to my home. It was released on Friday, I think so, Friday
Hmm.
night.
Hmm.
So I was planning a trip to my home, and I was traveling by bus when the results were out.
Okay.
So,
So then you checked your results, right?
yes, sir.
So what was the feeling on that day? Because I know you have given the answer, but still, once you see the roll number on the PDF, it's a different feel altogether.
Yes, sir. It was a bit
Huh.
unbelievable and surprised as well. So
Right.
I checked the result page twice. I downloaded the result from Telegram, and
Hmm.
I went to IRDA website as well to check it's not someone is marking on us. It is not a prank or something.
Mm-hmm. No, no, these days you have to do the double verification.
Uh,
And who was the first person to whom you informed that yes, I have been selected as a retired grade A officer?
First person would be my friend. He was traveling with me to our hometown.
Right.
Uh, he came
Hmm.
to know first, and then I called my mom, dad,
And the
informed
sister,
them about it.
obviously.
Yes, sir, my sister as well.
Right. And how did you celebrated your journey?
It was a 2 day long celebration, sir.
2 day long.
Yes, sir.
Right. Cool. You
Then
deserve it, right?
bought sweets for
Now,
everyone.
right. That's a very good thing to do. In fact, just my suite is pending now. Cool.
I will deliver it, sir, personally.
Sure. Now, when it comes to the preparation of Vignesh, students, to all of you who are listening to it, he was having a very good background of RBI. So he makes sure that he is using the same in IDI. Vignesh, before we end this particular interview, would you like to share some golden tips for the student who is listening to this?
Two things which I would
Hmm,
suggest is that sticking to a single source throughout your preparation.
hmm.
So enrolling for multiple courses will distract us. Sticking to a
Right.
single course and practicing is more important
Hmm,
than
hmm,
reading. This is what I have felt. The most important reason that I couldn't make it into RBA was practice.
hmm, hmm. Right. So
And the
practice is
same
yes, yes. Please continue.
and the same would have costed me heavy on IRDA as well.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. So
There was
basically,
possibility for that.
right. So basically, practice along with this dependence on single source is very, very important for all those who are preparing for retire. Vignesh, how was EduTap helpful for you? Like, you purchased the course of EduTap, were you happy with it, or what was the overall analysis of the EduTap crash course?
I was very well satisfied with the quality of the materials delivered. So the contents were precise,
Hmm,
and since I didn't have much time to prepare for the examination, I have
hmm,
time constraint as well. So uh, the materials were concise. I would manage my preparation with that short span, and there
Right,
was good guidance regarding my interview preparation.
right. So thank you, Vignesh. We have talked about multiple points. You have also thrown lights on multiple issues like phase one, phase two, and interview. And it was very lovely to talk to you related to your success story of IRDAI. Thank you very much, and we wish you a lot of success in the upcoming period with IRDAI. One last question before I wind up. Where do you see yourself in the next coming 10 years?
Getting promoted in IRDA, sir, as a
Moving to the
manager.
levels of, yes, moving
Yes,
up to
yes,
the
moving
levels.
levels up.
Any other exam which you would like to give now, or is it end?
I think I will be happier with IRDA, sir.
Cool. So that's up. Vignesh is going in a day with all the good smiles, with all the good confidence, and we wish you a lot of good health ahead. So that's it, student. Keep following the channel, and I hope you will take Vignesh as an inspiration for you and keep preparing in the best manner. Thank you. Have a good day ahead.